Hello guys, welcome back to the channel 24-hour rugby joke, and I'm doing my second preview for this second round of the Men's Six Nations 2025, and we've got Italy versus Wales, which I must say, obviously I'm an England fan, so I'm very excited for England-France, and Ireland-Scotland is also always a cracking game with like a lot of rivalry and there's always this weird sense of arrogance with the Scottish, even though they've won absolutely nothing. But I'm really excited for Wales versus Italy. I think it's going to be a lot closer than a lot of people think. I think people are writing off Wales a bit too easily here. People are saying Italy are going to, it's at Rome, they're probably going to get the win, and I'm going to say it right off the bat, I do think they're going to win, but I think it'd be a really tight game. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this game a lot. It's the first game on Saturday morning. And let's get into some previews and look at the lineups. And we have a very similar forward pack for Italy this week as we had last week. We have Fischetti and Ferrari, the two props. Fischetti had an unbelievable game last week, especially in defence. So really excited to see him play it again. He's fantastic. And then we have, I'm worried about the guy's name and YouTube here. So we've got Nick Otera, because I know what YouTube's like. And then Canone and Rutz, the regular locking partnership, is back after Dino Lamb started this last week. He's dropped to the bench this week. And then again, I'm not sure about YouTube, so we've got Sebastian Negri. That's his name, so YouTube might get weird about those two names. And then also we've got the captain, Michele Lamoro, and younger brother of Nico Canone, Lorenzo Canone. So pretty strong Italian forward pack, I think. It's pretty steady as it's been over the last 2 years. That's mostly the starting pack. Sometimes Riccioni or Lucchesi are in the front row instead. But overall that's quite a strong pack, and they'll get through a lot of work. And then moving into the back line, again, quite similar. I think it's completely the same as last week. Martin Pagerello continues as the 9. Obviously, last year when Gonzalo Quesada first came in as the Italian coach, he was trying out, would it be Stephen Varney, would it be Pagerello, Alessandro Garbisi, but he seems pretty set on Martin Pagerello for now. And then Paolo Garbisi, the ever-present at 10, it seems. Then, obviously, one of the best centre partnerships in the world, Tommaso Menoncello and Juan Ignacio Brex continuing there. And I think the Welsh centre pairing is really, I don't want to say weak, but they try so many different combinations and different players that you feel like this is where Italy really have an advantage on the team sheet. Just the chemistry that Brex and Menoncello have, that club form as well as international pairing. They're together all year round. They swap round at Benetton, so Menoncello's the 13 and Brex is the 12. So they really know each other's roles inside out and each other, and where they're meant to be, what they like to do and where they like to run and that sort of thing. So it's such a strong pairing there. And then on the wings, we continue with Ange Caporzo and Monty Ioane. I thought Caporzo was quite quiet last week against Scotland, so I'd like to see him score a couple of tries against the Welsh probably. And just sort of show what he's about again. It's been a while since I think he's really shone for Italy in some of the big games, and we see how excellent he is for Toulouse. So I'd like to see him put in a bit more this week. Not that he wasn't good last week. And then Tommaso Allen continues at 15, probably more of the goal kicker in the team than Garbisi, it seems. He had quite a good week last week. I think he got a try, didn't he? So nice to see Tommaso Allen continuing at his 15 role after he took a break from the Italian team last year in the Six Nations. And then going on to the bench, as I said earlier, we've got Lucchesi, Riccioni, and we've got someone else, I can't really see, I've got the names here, Rizzoli. I don't know Luca Rizzoli as well. I've never really seen him as much as the other props, so it'd be interesting to see how he goes. I think at home against Wales is a good game to sort of really beds new players in, so it's an interesting tactic. Dino Lamb and Manuel Zuliani. He is excellent, Zuliani. He's one of the best sort of breakdown jacklers in definitely in the Italy team, but I think even in the Northern Hemisphere you could say it's a very underrated skill he has in particular. And then we've got Ross Vincent, obviously the Exeter Chiefs number 8, is playing here on the bench for Italy. He always has an impact when he comes on, lightning quick, could definitely cause some problems for the Welsh. And then Alessandro Garbisi, and we've got Jacopo Trilla. Trilla is the Zebre Parma winger who's been in great form this year. So yeah, quite an exciting bench for Italy. They really do have a 23-man squad, and yeah, I think they're going to put Wales under a lot of pressure all game. Long gone are the days, sort of 5 to 6 years ago, when people used to say Italy run out in the final 20. No longer. They got great subs, and they all look very fit. And yeah, they're going to really test the Welsh here. And going into the Welsh squad, we are double Thomased up at prop with Gareth Thomas and Henry Thomas. And then Owen Lloyd continuing at the starting hooker. Will Rowlands and Dafydd Jenkins continue as the lock pair. Dafydd Jenkins getting through a ton of tackles last week, but he was beaten, of course, by the incredible Jack Morgan, who's starting at 7, alongside Botham, and the return of the legend himself, world-class player, Taulupe Faletau. Can't wait to watch him again. It's been too long. Yeah, I'd like to see how he's doing. Sort of, is he going to play the full 80? Has he still got that incredible engine to just be everywhere on the pitch as he was sort of, a few years ago? He was unbelievable, and he might still be at this weekend. So I can't wait to watch Faletau and have another run out against Italy. And then going into the back line, we continue with Thomas Williams and Ben Thomas, who they struggled last week. Obviously, you're going to against the likes of Dupont and Ntamak and the whole French pack bearing down on you. But Thomas Williams, I think he's one of the best 9s in the world, to be honest. I think he's incredible. So I'd like to see him have a bit more ball, have a bit more attacking opportunity against the Italians. I'm really looking forward to that battle, the battle he'll have with Pagerello. Eddie James comes in at inside centre. Obviously, it was Owen Watkin last week, but he got injured and Dan Edwards came on. But no, we're starting with Eddie James for the Welsh this week, alongside Saracens legend Nick Tompkins. So it's going to be interesting to see how that partnership goes. But again, as I was saying, another new partnership at centre for Wales, and going against the experience of Menoncello and Brex, it could be an area on the pitch which Wales really have a few gaps in defence, and Italy could exploit that. Going into wing, we've got the really impressive Tom Rogers. Every time I've watched him, really like sort of how he plays. He's got a lot of confidence for a sort of a younger winger, and he's got nice footwork, and he seems pretty decent under high ball. Yeah, I'm excited to watch Tom Rogers. Josh Adams continues at 11, as he was last week. He, the sort of veteran winger, proven international class. So that's a good player to have, because Wales are lacking it. But they're not lacking at 15, because we continue with Saracens legend Liam Williams. That's a pretty good back line, I think. Sort of the outside backs, the back three. So it'll be interesting to see how they go against the likes of Allen, Caporzo and Nawani. You could argue the Welsh have more quality, really. You could argue that. It's going to be interesting to see how the battle between the centres goes compared to then sort of the outside channels. It'll be an interesting kicking game as well, because Italy aren't renowned yet for their kicking game, and Wales aren't exactly winning the territory battle either in the last couple of years. So lots of interesting matchups in these two teams as they're 5th and 6th. If we get into some predictions, I do think Italy are going to win, but I think it'll be close. I think it's going to be at least within 10 points, which I would say is a pretty close game. But I would not be shocked at all if Wales win this. I'm not ruling it out at all. I do think Wales... I put it about 60-40, 60% Italy will win, so I'm going to go with an Italy win in my head. But as I said, Wales could win this. A forward battle is going to be quite interesting. I just realised I've not even got to the Welsh replacements. I'm so sorry. Let me bring in the Welsh replacements quickly. Elliot D, Nicky Smith and Kieran Azarasi continue. Freddie Thomas, young, promising lock at Gloucester, really exciting watching him. Aaron Wainwright is he took an injury against France, but he seems to be fit enough to play on the bench straight back in. And we've got Rodri Williams at 9, Dan Edwards and Blair Murray. So I do think Italy had the stronger bench. I really do think Italy had the stronger bench. And is that going to help them in the last 20 minutes? Probably. We saw the impact the bench had in that sort of really close Ireland-England game last week. And even the Scotland-Italy game, you could argue, was kind of decided by the bench and the impact some of those Scottish players are able to have. So, I think that is going to be quite a big factor. Hopefully at Rome, it's going to be a massive crowd, you'd hope. It's a sort of Italian team playing well in the last year or two and being favourites to beat Wales, which is probably the first game they've been favourites to win, at least at home, in absolute years. So I'm really excited to watch this. I'm really excited. I'm going to be live for it on TikTok. If I get to 50 subscribers on here, I'll be live on here as well, but we'll see about that. And yeah, so I'm going to go narrow Italian win. Looking forward to watching the game. I'll be live for it. Thank you for watching to the end of this video. If you have, probably about 5 people. And yeah, I'll be back for a what's it called, a Scotland Ireland preview in the next sort of, you know, it might be up by the time you watched it. So yeah, and go check my England France video, which I've done already. I'll leave a card somewhere, or be at the end of the video. And yeah, please like and subscribe if you got this far, because you must like it somewhat if you're this far. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you again soon.